Eyebrow. So today's video I want to do like an all about eyebrows. So I'm not just going to show you how I fill my eyebrows in, but I'm also going to show you how I groom them, how I maintain them when I don't go to a brow stylist and get them done and stuff like that. So that's why I'm looking like real out of control and like real not very glam. So I've got these little razors that I actually got at Target, and these are really nice like to get underneath your brow or like on your unibrow if you have a unibrow. I need to get new ones because these are getting kind of dull. I also have these little brow scissors that look like a stork or something. It's like a bird, and it came with a little eyebrow brush. I got that as a set, I think at Target as well, and it actually came with like 3 eyebrow stencils that I've never used in my entire life, but I just thought those were funny, so I pulled them out. And then I have tweezers, and so we're just gonna groom my eyebrows, and hopefully that's interesting to you, and then we'll fill them in. There's really nice weather today, so hopefully nobody's wandering around outside and sees me just plucking out my eyebrows in front of a camera. So I'm gonna start with a little razor just to try and get some of these longer hairs from my unibrow out, because I do have a unibrow, and if I don't groom it, it gets a little crazy. I definitely need new ones of these because they are dull. I've never cut myself with these either. Like if you're concerned about like having a razor that close to your eye or using a razor on your skin, I have never cut myself with these. I think I'm just gonna use tweezers on the bottom, but these are really great to take like right along the top of your eyebrow to kind of get those little baby hairs out of there. I like to do my eyebrows with natural lighting so that I can see all of the little blonde hairs that are sitting around, because I do have little blonde baby hairs. One other thing that I actually really like about these little razors is that they like scrape dead skin off of right here, so that's another bonus. Okay, I'm gonna go in and tweeze all of the rogue hairs before we move on and start cutting them. So what I'm gonna do is take my eyebrows and brush them up so that everything is out of the way of the hairs that don't grow in the plane of my eyebrows. So just with the metal end of this, I'm just gonna brush those up. Go in with tweezers. These are just e.l.f. tweezers, but I actually love them. They were only like $1 or $2, and I love them so much. They've got a lot of grip. And I'm just gonna pluck anything that's below the plane of where I want my eyebrow to be. One thing that you want to be sure of is that like if you're taking a hair from here, you should like follow that line all the way down your eyebrow to make sure that it's staying even. You don't want to like remove a bunch of hairs from one area without following that on the rest of your brow. And then how much you pluck and tweeze away really depends on the type of shape and like fullness that you want your eyebrows to be. I like my eyebrows to be thick and full, so I am not tweezing a lot, just tweezing the hairs that are like really far below my brow like line. And then I am gonna get some of these flyaway hairs at the front of my eyebrow. As a rule of thumb, you kind of want your eyebrows to like stop where the inner corner of your eye is. So if you like come up, you're gonna want it to be pretty even with that. And then for the top, I'm gonna do the same thing and just brush the brows down so that I can see the hairs that are above the plane of my eyebrow. I hate brushing my eyebrows down. Look at how silly this looks. And again, I'm just removing hairs that are above where I want my brows to be. It might not look like there are a lot because I do have blonde hairs around my eyebrows, but trust me, this was long overdue. Okay, now that we've gotten most of those hairs out of the way, I'm gonna brush everything back up so that my eyebrows are kind of standing straight up. So I'm not brushing them how I would brush them if I were gonna like be doing them. I'm brushing them pretty straight up. And then I'm gonna go in with these scissors and I'm gonna try and stay in frame. I don't wanna mess up my eyebrow, but I also wanna make sure you can see me, so that any of the hairs that are, again, sticking up above the line where I want my eyebrows to be are above that line. And I'm gonna take these little scissors and I'm just gonna snip them off. If you don't wanna do this at home because you're worried about messing up your eyebrows, go to like the Benefit style bar or the Benefit brow bar, or go to have your eyebrows threaded. You don't have to do this at home, but I don't have the time or the money to go get my brows done as often as they need to be done because my eyebrows grow out fast. And I would definitely say take your time. If you're going to be using scissors to cut your own eyebrows, take your time and just remember that you can always cut more off, but you can't put it back. So now that eyebrow is looking a lot better. And then once I've done that, I will just go back in and get anything that's still out of line for what I want. So just cleaning up the bottom a little bit more. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other eyebrow off camera because this one is looking pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this one because this eyebrow is a little bit trickier and it's gonna be the exact same thing, and then I'll come back to fill them in. Okay, and I am back. As you can see, this eyebrow is still not as nice as this one. It's just always been like that. I kept trying to grab this razor when I meant to grab this, and can you imagine how bad that would have been if I just started trying to brush my eyebrow with the razor? But yeah, this eyebrow never looks as good as this one. Actually, the last time I went to go get my eyebrows done, the woman at the Benefit brow bar was like, has this eyebrow always been that misshapen? And I'm just like, in my head, I was like, yeah, bitch, you didn't need to point it out, but that would have been rude. So I was just like, yeah. Anyway, so this eyebrow definitely doesn't carry its weight on my face, but whatever. So now I'm just going to show you how I fill them in. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I have raved about the e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in taupe before. I actually stopped buying it because it's only like $2 or $3, but you only get like this much product in there. And so I kept running out, and if I keep running out like every couple weeks and I have to keep buying them, it's not going to be as cost efficient as buying something else. So I have in front of me this Maybelline Brow Precise Micro Crayon, which I hated at first, but it's grown on me. An e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit, Benefit's Gimme Brow, Essence Make Me Brow, and then this e.l.f. mascara that's almost out. Well, it's an eyebrow mascara that's almost out. I'm not going to use all of this, but I wanted to show you like the stuff that I have, and so we're just going to start. Oh, and I also have this double-sided brush by Sedona Lace. This is for eyebrows. This is an EB17 brush. I really like the eyebrow tip that's good for like pomades and waxes, and then it comes with a pretty nice spoolie as well. So I'm just gonna brush my eyebrow the way I want it. And when you're brushing your eyebrows before you put them on, you want to brush them up and in the direction you want the eyebrow to go. So I'm going up and to my right. So this is actually a different day because when I was filming the rest of my brow video last time, the camera stopped recording or it deleted the rest of the video. I don't know what happened, but it's a new day. But what I said last time about grooming my eyebrows still stands. So I'm just gonna finish filling them in now. So I'm gonna use the eyebrow spoolie just like I did last time, and I'm brushing them, the eyebrows, up and away from where I want them to be. And I'm actually going to do two different methods on my eyebrows. On one of them, I'm going to use like a brush like this, and I'm going to fill them in with this e.l.f. eyebrow kit. As you can see, it has been well used. I'm a fan of like thick eyebrows, so I am going to fill them in quite thick. If you don't like that, you don't have to do that, but I'm just giving you some techniques. So I'm going to start on the bottom, and I'm basically just going to outline the shape of the eyebrow that I want. And I am not pressing very hard on this because I don't want the line to be like too dark and too harsh. We just want to create a sort of outline so that we know where we're going to fill the eyebrow in later. You could use a brow pencil for this step as well. It's just whatever you like, but I do recommend creating the shape of the eyebrow. So for the top, I'm going to brush it down so that I can see my natural brow line a little bit better, and then again just draw in the shape that you want the eyebrow to be. So this is where you can create an arch if you want one. You can make it a little bit smoother, and then just go ahead and brush your eyebrow back to where you actually want it to be. And then I'm just going to go ahead and fill it in with the rest of this brow pomade so that everything is filled in and there aren't any spots missing or anything like that. So in this part of the eyebrow, I'm doing longer strokes just in the direction that the hair is going. I like to like turn my head to the side too, because if I just do it straight on, I might not see that there's a spot missing somewhere else. So turn to the side, make sure you're getting everything filled in. And then up at the front, because you don't want it as filled in and as solid, I do short upward strokes to again mimic the direction that the hair is going. And that is one of my eyebrows done. If you don't like the front as like defined and as dark, you can just take it and just, oh, look at that fingernail polish. You can just take it and kind of pat it away so that it's a little bit lighter at the front than on the rest. On the other side, I am going to do something a little bit different, just in case you're not into like a waxy pomade. This eyebrow is not shaped as well as this one is, so we're going to work with what we got, but I am going to do something a little bit different just to show you two different styles of filling in your eyebrows. I used to really only like really defined, really dark eyebrows, but I have been coming around more to a lighter, more natural, more feathered eye look. I am still going to outline where I want the eyebrow to be, because I do still want my eyebrow defined. Like, even if it's not going to be as filled in as it is on this side, I do still want it to be defined. So I'm just still doing exactly the same thing, brushing it down. Brushing the hairs down like this can really be helpful if you don't have a very defined brow on one side, or if you don't have a very defined arc, because that way you can see where your natural hairline is, and you can overline, you can just follow along with that. So that's not awful. It's just, this eyebrow is just not as nice as the other one, no matter what I do. So I actually have two brow products. I have the Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 3 and Essence Make Me Brow. They're essentially the same thing. And what these do, I'm gonna use Benefit Gimme Brow. What these do is they come with like little tiny mascara wands, and they actually tint your eyebrow hair. So I just lightly run this through, again, in long motions over here. And this is supposed to volumize your eyebrows while tinting the hair rather than like drawing on your skin. And these are really great for like getting into the tail of the eyebrow so that you can extend it. And then at the front, just short upward strokes, just mimicking the direction of the hair. This eyebrow actually ended up darker than that one, so that's fun. But as you can see, this eyebrow is really almost, it looks like just like one unit, and this eyebrow I think just looks a little bit more feathery. You can kind of see a few more individual hairs than you can in this eyebrow, but I just wanted to show you two different ways of doing your eyebrows. Like I said, the Essence Make Me Brow is pretty much the same thing as the Benefit Gimme Brow. I just got talked into buying Gimme Brow, and this is a fraction of the cost. So I do think that if you're just in a hurry and you just want to slap something on your eyebrows, but you don't want to take the time to sit there and outline them and fill them in and correct them and conceal them and everything like that, then these are really great options. It's going to give you a little bit of a different look. This does come in 3 shades, and this one, I have the shade Browny Brows, and I'm not sure how many shades there are, but it's a fraction of the cost of the Gimme Brow. So there you have it. That is everything eyebrows for me. I showed you how I groom my eyebrows. I hope that you learned something from this video, even if you don't have a brow shape like mine or you don't like a really defined point. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.